Okay, so from this video I am launching a series on endocrinology where everything about endocrinology will be covered in detail. That will be suitable for CSIR NET JRF mainly, and also for M.Sc student, and also those who are preparing to give M.Sc entrance in life science. So everything will be covered. Stay tuned. We will learn endocrinology step by step completely. Okay, so this is the first video. In this video we will see an overview of the hormonal system and about growth hormone. So let's start. All the hormones that are present in our body are of three types in nature. Their nature is of three types. They may be proteinaceous or in polypeptide in nature. They may be steroid, and they may be derivative of amino acid like tyrosine. So hormones like the anterior and posterior pituitary hormone and insulin, glucagon, parathyroid hormone, and many other. These are protein or polypeptide in nature. Then steroid, cortisol and aldosterone, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. These are steroidal in nature. Thyroxine, triiodothyronine, epinephrine, norepinephrine. These are derivative of amino acid tyrosine. Question may come like this. Suppose match the following. Here insulin will be given, and here suppose uh, proteins. Here suppose protein is given. Then other option will be there. So you have to match this. Question may come like this. Okay. Then anterior and posterior lobes of the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is also known as hypophysis. Remember this term. It is small gland about 1 centimeter in diameter and 0.5 to 1 gram in weight. Remember this parameter. It lies in sella turcica. What is sella turcica? It is a bony cavity present at the base of the brain and is connected to the hypothalamus by pituitary or hypophyseal stalk. Cells of the anterior pituitary are of epithelioid in nature, and posterior pituitary have a large number of glial cells. It is also known as pituicytes. Pituicytes. Glial cells are also known as pituicytes. See here. This is hypothalamus and this is pituitary. These two are connected by this region. This is known as hypophyseal stalk or pituitary stalk. Hypophyseal stalk or pituitary stalk. Pituitary gland is again divided into two regions. One is anterior pituitary, one is posterior pituitary. In between the anterior and posterior pituitary, there is a avascular region. This region is known as pars intermedia. This region is known as pars intermedia. This pars intermedia is less developed in human, but it is more developed in other animal. Anterior pituitary is developed from Rathke's pus and posterior pituitary is developed from hypothalamus. And one more thing to remember or notice here is that all the hormone that anterior pituitary secrete is synthesized in the cells of the anterior pituitary itself. But the hormones, the two hormones that posterior pituitary secrete is not synthesized by the cells of the posterior pituitary. Those hormones of the posterior pituitary are synthesized in the hypothalamus, and from the hypothalamus those hormones are transported into posterior pituitary. So, anterior pituitary gland, it secretes thyrotrophin, growth hormone, corticotrophin, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and prolactin. There is a concept like releasing hormone and inhibitory hormone. So, here you see one thing, that this anterior pituitary is also connected to hypothalamus. So hypothalamus release two types of hormone. One is releasing hormone, one is inhibitory hormone. One is releasing hormone and one is inhibitory hormone. The releasing hormone will act on the anterior pituitary and cause release of a particular hormone, and inhibitory hormone of the hypothalamus will act on anterior pituitary and will inhibit the release of a particular hormone. So what are the releasing hormone? One is thyrotrophin, releasing hormone. Okay, this hormone is secreted by anterior pituitary, and thyrotrophin releasing hormone from the hypothalamus will stimulate the anterior pituitary to release thyrotrophin. Then growth hormone secretion is also stimulated by growth hormone releasing hormone from the hypothalamus. One more time, growth hormone releasing hormone from the hypothalamus will stimulate the anterior pituitary gland to release growth hormone. Then corticotrophic releasing hormone also act on anterior pituitary to release corticotrophin. Then follicle stimulating hormone releasing hormone from anterior pituitary from hypothalamus will act on anterior pituitary to release follicle stimulating hormone. Luteinizing hormone, prolactin, but prolactin, in case of prolactin, the hypothalamus secrete inhibitory hormone. In case of prolactin only, all other are stimulated by releasing hormone, only prolactin is stimulated by inhibitory hormone from the hypothalamus. Okay. Then posterior pituitary secrete only two hormones, one is antidiuretic hormone, one is oxytocin, it is also known as vasopressin. It controls the rate of water excretion into urine, and oxytocin helps to express milk from the glands of the breast to the nipple during suckling of the baby. Next, I have already told you that the hormone of the anterior pituitary are synthesized in the cells of the anterior pituitary itself. So, what are those cells? Somatotrophs. It secretes human growth hormone. It accounts for around 30 to 40% of the total cell of the anterior pituitary, and these cells can be stained with acid dye. If we want to stain the somatotroph, we have to use acid dye. Next type of cell is corticotroph. It secretes adenocorticotrophic hormone. It accounts for about 20% of the total cell of anterior pituitary. Thyrotroph secrete thyroid stimulating hormone. Gonadotroph, it secretes gonadotrophic hormone that also include luteinizing and follicle stimulating hormone. Then lactotroph, it secretes prolactin. These three cells, thyrotroph, gonadotroph and lactotroph, together accounts for about 3 to 5% of the total cell of anterior pituitary. I have already told you that the hormones of the posterior pituitary are not synthesized by the posterior pituitary itself. Those are synthesized in the hypothalamus, and from hypothalamus it comes to posterior pituitary, from where it is released. So see here the lines. Hormones of posterior pituitary are synthesized in magnocellular neurons located in supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei of hypothalamus. All these lines are taken from the guidance standard book, okay? Because in NET, sometimes the direct lines are copied in the question. They give the direct line. That's why I have taken this line directly from the standard book, that is Guide on Medical Physiology. So see here, this is posterior pituitary, and the hormone ADH will see here, ADH is from primarily in supraoptic nuclei. So ADH will be synthesized here, and oxytocin is from primarily in paraventricular nucleus. So oxytocin is synthesized here, oxytocin. So after synthesis of oxytocin and ADH in paraventricular and supraoptic nuclei, it comes down to posterior pituitary, and from posterior pituitary it is extruded or secreted out. So one thing, if I cut the hypophyseal tract here, will posterior pituitary continue to secrete its hormone or not? The answer is, for first few days, posterior pituitary continue to secrete its hormone, because posterior pituitary keeps a stock of this hormone, and from that stock it will secrete its hormone for first few days. After first few days, when the stock of the hormones here ends up, then what will happen? It will not secrete hormone, but oxytocin and ADH continues to form in hypothalamus. So this will come down, and instead of going to posterior pituitary by this hypophyseal stalk, it will come out here because the hypophyseal stalk is cut down. So it will come out from this region to the outside. Otherwise it will go down, but we have cut the hypophyseal stalk, so the hormone will come out here. Next, the chemical structure of antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin is very important for them. Please remember here, it is vasopressin, antidiuretic hormone, vasopressin and oxytocin. Everything is same, only third position and eighth position. See here, only third position and eighth position. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Only 8th position is different. Third and 8th position, there is difference between vasopressin and oxytocin. In this picture, I have shown you the function of growth hormone, its position, where it acts, and how growth hormone is regulated. See here, growth hormone releasing hormone is secreted from the hypothalamus and it acts on anterior pituitary. So it is a positive feedback. That means growth hormone releasing hormones is stimulating the anterior pituitary to release growth hormone. So growth hormone is secreted. This growth hormone comes to muscle, and in muscle it decreases the glucose uptake, it increases amino acid uptake, it increases protein synthesis. This growth hormone also comes to bone. In bone it increases the amino acid uptake, protein synthesis, DNA, RNA synthesis, collagen synthesis, and also cell size and number is increased. Growth hormone also goes to adipose tissue. In adipose tissue, it decreases the glucose uptake and increases lipolysis. Lipolysis means breakdown of lipid. Then when growth hormone is increased beyond a certain limit, then this growth hormone itself will send a message to anterior pituitary to stop the secretion of growth hormone, and it will send a message to hypothalamus also to stop the secretion of growth hormone releasing hormone. Okay, from hypothalamus growth hormone releasing hormone is secreted, so excessive growth hormone will tell the hypothalamus to stop the release of GHRH. Similarly, growth hormone act on liver, and liver secrete IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. That will also act on anterior pituitary to stop the secretion of growth hormone and also send message to hypothalamus to stop the secretion of GHRH. Then from the hypothalamus also somatostatin is secreted. This somatostatin also acts on anterior pituitary to stop the secretion of growth hormone. Suppose some person is taking growth hormone from outside, so it will be known as exogenous growth hormone. From the outside of the body, someone is taking growth hormone, so it is exogenous growth hormone. When exogenous growth hormone is administered, it will increase the amount of growth hormone in our body, and our body thinks that I have enough growth hormone, so there is no need to secrete growth hormone from the anterior pituitary, and also there is no need to secrete gonadal growth hormone releasing hormone from the hypothalamus. So it will stop the secretion of GHRH and growth hormone when we take exogenous growth hormone. So this will act as negative feedback. So what are the factors that stimulate growth hormone secretion? Decrease blood glucose level, decrease blood fatty acid level. So when blood glucose and blood free fatty acid decrease, it will stimulate growth hormone secretion. Then increase blood amino acids, starvation, fasting, protein deficiency, trauma, stress, excitement, exercise, testosterone, estrogen, deep sleep, growth hormone releasing hormone. We have seen this CHRH. Then ghrelin. Ghrelin is a hormone secreted by stomach before we take our food. Then what are the factors that inhibit growth hormone secretion? Increase blood glucose level. This is exactly opposite to this. Decrease blood glucose level stimulate growth hormone and increase blood glucose level inhibit growth hormone. Increase blood fatty acid level. So this is also exactly opposite. Decrease blood free fatty acid will stimulate and increase blood fatty acid will inhibit. And aging, obesity, growth hormone, inhibitory hormones, somatostatin, we have seen this. Then exogenous growth hormone and insulin like growth factor like stomatomatis. This will inhibit the growth hormone. So this was all about growth hormone and an overview of the hormonal system of our body. In the next video, I will explain in very detail the function of growth hormones. So if you like our video, if you find our video is useful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and share the video among your friends. And stay tuned for the upcoming videos. We are going to cover everything about endocrinology in a continuous manner. So stay tuned. Thank you.